So let's do a deep dive on basal body temperature charting. So many of you ask me so often, how exactly do you accurately do your basal body temperatures? What can you learn from it? And what do I need to be doing to use basal body temperatures as a way to improve my ability to both get and stay pregnant? So I want to do a longer video for you guys. So sit down, make some popcorn, get a soda, and let's deep dive. Okay, first, I often have a completely different point of view on everything, but particularly on basal body temperature charting. I've been looking at basal body temperature charts for the last 2 decades with well over 10,000 of my patients. I started to see an enormous amount of patterns. I started seeing relationships between the basal body temperatures of women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome versus the basal body temperatures of the women who have endometriosis versus the women who are having recurrent pregnancy loss, who have advanced maternal age, who have low progesterone, etc., etc., etc. At some point, I decided I wanted to do a deep dive on it, and I reviewed over 250,000 basal body temperature charts to try to identify, are those patterns that I thought that I was seeing around the cross-referencing of temperature versus differential diagnosis, and actually they were absolutely correct. Your temperatures, the fluctuation between your temperatures, how low they are in the follicular phase and how high they are in the luteal phase, gives us tremendous diagnostic information that we can use not only to identify what's the underlying cause of those factors, but then as a tool to measure our success. So if your follicular phase temperatures are too high and we decide, well, this is the intervention we want to give, the next month we can measure, did those temperatures come down or not? Did cervical discharge increase? And if it didn't, then we know that our intervention is wrong. So it's an amazing tool for us to use as feedback. One of the most valuable pieces of basal body temperatures in my experience is the fact that what I saw was the majority of women who were having recurrent pregnancy loss were having temperatures or not getting above 98 in the months prior to conception. Now, once you get pregnant, your temperatures will get to the 98s, but they won't stay there, which is why when we see the plummeting, that the onset of menstruation is kind of imminent. But when we were able to clearly identify the underlying causes for that person's low luteal phase temperatures and fix it so that their temperatures after ovulation were sustainably above 98, we exponentially reduced the incidence of miscarriage in those women who are having recurrent pregnancy loss. It's not a quick fix. You can expect, if you're doing it absolutely right, to raise your temperatures or lower them by about 1 to 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit per month. But when you do it right, you fix it permanently. And you see huge increases in live birth rates. There's a lot of misinformation about taking your basal body temperatures. All you need to do is buy a digital thermometer with memory from the drugstore. It should cost like $10. Wake up in the morning, take your temperature, and put it into any free app like My Fertility Friend. The information that you will get is invaluable.